All right, hello there, thrill seekers. It's Brad. And today I have a video for you from Benediktushof in Germany, where I spoke on, last month on October 9th. And I am talking about faith and the abuse of faith. And it's just a little clip. It's a short clip, and I thought it was kind of interesting, so I thought I'd present it for you on a Saturday. That's my nephew Ben peeking around from behind me. He's visiting this weekend. So here's the clip, and I hope you enjoy it. And the information for how to donate to me will be at the end of the clip. It's hardcorezen.info/donate. That is hardcorezen.info/donate. It'll be at the end of the clip, and you can donate to me. And as always, these videos are offered for free, but your donations are my main source of income, so they are always appreciated. And that's the deal with that. So we will see you next time. Have a good time all the time. Watch the video, and here's me at Benediktushof talking about faith and the abuse of faith.
There were certain things that, okay, when I first encountered Buddhism, there were certain things that I heard from my teachers or read in Buddhist books that made perfect sense, and that I thought, okay, this is something I want to follow and practice, and this is good. And then there were other things that I was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You know, to Tim, to Nishijima Roshi, to Dogen and the ancient teachers, but there was enough of a balance of things that made sense that I thought, well, this I can follow, this I can rely on. And as far as the in-person teachers who I met, I thought these are people I can trust. So I went along with it. And as you know, as the almost 40 years that I've been doing this practice have gone along, as things have progressed, more and more of the stuff that I didn't understand has turned out to be true. So I sort of take it on faith that the other stuff that I don't understand is probably also true. So that stuff that I just told you about, the bazillions of times that you're born and die every moment. I think there's probably something to that. I think there's probably some basis to that, and it's probably not just people talking out their asses, or just making stuff up because they don't know the answer, and they're just making stuff up to keep everybody quiet. There's a certain element of faith in Buddhism, which is one of the aspects that I think in Western Buddhism, I don't think a lot of people talk about it. Some people do talk about it. My first teacher, Tim, in America, liked to talk about it, which was nice because that was useful for me. He was he was raised a Catholic. He's from a nice Irish family, so nice Irish Catholics. I'm not sure. I think his parents actually came to the U.S. from Ireland, so I think he was second, or what do we call it, first generation. Yeah, I think he was born in the U.S., but I think his parents are Irish. So he was raised with this Catholic tradition, and then kind of rejected it and became a Zen Buddhist. But because of that, the ideas of faith and some of these ideas from the Catholic tradition were important to him, and he was trying to kind of understand them from a Buddhist perspective. And I was raised with no religion at all. My parents were kind of, I don't know if this is typical in Germany or not, but it's very typical in America to have people who are just kind of some kind of Protestant. They don't even go to church or anything, but they're not Jewish, so they must be some kind of Protestant. Or they're not Jewish or Catholic, so they must be some kind of Protestant. Because what else is there? That's kind of the attitude, I think. And that's what my parents were. So when I would hear about this idea of faith, it was very mysterious to me. I didn't know what that meant. And usually it meant, believing something that you couldn't confirm for yourself. And I thought, oh, I don't know if I want to believe something I can't confirm for myself. But I think you have to have a certain amount of faith. You know, I have to have a certain amount of faith in order to drink out of this bottle, right? I mean, you know, some kind of faith that there's not poison or LSD, you know, or something. I mean, somebody could have put LSD in this bottle. You know, somebody might have thought that would be really funny to dose the Zen teacher with LSD before the class. Maybe one of you. So I have to have faith that you didn't do that.
Do you feel something?
Not yet. But I think it takes about an hour, right? We'll see. Maybe after lunch we'll find out. You know, so I mean, faith is kind of something you have to have just to get through, you know, life at all. But when it comes to religious matters, it gets very sticky, you know, because people can abuse your faith, and you know, there's always scandals in religions. You know, Buddhism has them, Catholicism has, every religion has some kind of scandals that are caused by somebody abusing faith. And I'm a big fan of watching all the Netflix documentaries about cults, you know, where people really abuse somebody's faith. I just watched one about the Mormons. Did they show that one here about the? They did. Yeah, there's a really good one recently about a Mormon cult with the polygamists. And and I watch all of those, and I watch the Rajneesh one and all these things. So people abuse faith, and so it's a very tricky thing, so you have to be very careful with it. And I don't know how, you know, I don't know good advice for that. I guess I sort of got lucky that I had teachers that I could have faith in. But and I have faith in the overall Buddhist tradition and in certain ancient teachers. I feel, this is kind of weird to say, but I feel like when I read even ancient sources, this sort of developed over time. It wasn't immediately apparent when I first started, but these days I can kind of get a feeling when I read something ancient, whether this person is somebody I can trust or not somebody I can trust. And it just seems to kind of come through in the writing somehow, even if it's translated. And I don't know exactly what it is, but it's just a sort of feeling I have. For some things where you can go, okay, this person seems like he's legitimate, he or she, and this one doesn't feel like it's legitimate. This one feels like somebody's trying to. There's all different sorts of things. There's people who are either deliberately trying to trick you, or people who just don't know anything, but they're just talking. You know, the two broad categories. Which I usually try to stay away from when it comes to these things. Hey, Ziggy. Why are you hiding under the table? Huh? Why don't you come out and see the folks? Are you scared of Ben? Oh, he's scared of Ben.
I'll get him out.
There it goes. He's scared of Ben.